Hey everyone, this is Brian Moore from PM Square coming at you with another Planning Analytics tutorial. If you like what you see, be sure and connect with me over on LinkedIn where my URL is BrianPM2, or you can also like and subscribe us on YouTube where we are at youtube.com/PM Square. All right, let's get into it. Today's lesson, we're going to look at box plots, which is a new visualization in PAW 63. And to give you a little bit more detail about it, I'm going to click into the manual. And we'll see it's a little bit more complicated of a visualization. It's very statistical heavy, and but it does divvy up your data sets into quartiles from a statistic perspective to give you insights as to which values are in range and which where the outliers are at, where the mean's at as well. So a quick description there, and let's go ahead and jump in and build it. So I'm going to open up my canvas, and for this one I have already put an exploration on the right hand pane to kind of help us illustrate what the visualization means. And for the left-hand pane, I'm going to hit the visualization sidebar on the left, and we'll click on a box plot. And it gives me kind of the rough cut where I needed to drag in my dimensions. So I'm going to resize that so it's the same size. And I can tuck away my visualizations and bring out my data set. I'm going to be coming from the sales cube. And so for the first dimension, for the x-axis, I'm going to plug in my quantity. I'm going to drag and drop that. And on the x-axis, I'm going to use my periods. And that'll be a subset called the 2019 quarters. I'll drag that over to the right hand by fields. And so I kind of get the rough cut here of the 4 quarters. But I still need to add color and key to really get these box plots to take shape. So for the color, I'm going to use the versions dimension, and I have a version subset called ActBud, which has my actual and budget. And lastly, we'll get to key, and the key is going to be the regions. And so for each box, we'll have all of the individual regions as the data points, and the box will illustrate what range those individual regions cover. If I drag AM leaf, America leaf level, that's going to match the data exploration I see in the right-hand pane. This visualization is a little bit too busy for the repeat column and repeat row, so we'll leave those alone, and we'll tuck that away. And then we have our box plots. So to describe what's going on here, what we have is a actual and a budget box plot by quarter. And I'm going to visit some of these data points to kind of show what the box means. So first off, I'm going to highlight all of my 8 individual leaf level regions, and we'll create a calculation. I'll go ahead and do an average calculation for those. So let's see what the average looks like. And that'll give me average by quarter. And so the average on these data points is 11,400,000 for that quarter one. And let's sort quarter one ascending. So I see I have 8 data points, 4 above and 4 below the average, obviously. If I look at 11.4 million, I see the cross point, which illustrates the mean. So that's the average. The bottom whisker is the 5.1 million for Miami. So if I show this bottom whisker, we're right around 5 million according to the key. Top whisker is 15.1 million for Los Angeles. That's what my top whisker looks like. And then the middle quartiles, the second and third quartile, is what the box is comprised of. And so that shows you the middle data set, between the Toronto, Calgary, Boston Federal District, and shows that the bottom value, the Miami value, is a little bit more of an outlier than the top whisker because the box is represented more towards the top here. If any of the data points was completely out of the bell curve, we would see a circle like in the manual, and that would illustrate an outlier from the data. We'd probably want to investigate that further as to how they outperformed or underperformed the rest of the data set. So that about covers it for box plots. Hope you found that useful and you can incorporate those into your POS system. Feel free to reach out with any questions, and thank you for joining us.